Yeah, there. I set up my channel a while ago to try and provide some help and some awareness for coders, children of deaf adults, and as for because of exams and stuff, I haven't quite stuck to it. Hence, I've only got one video on my channel at the moment. So I thought I would kick it off again, and I have a 1, 2, 3 for for a series which shall hopefully come out of this. So number one on our deaf awareness campaign is deafness. Oddly enough, um, now personally, I've got a deaf mother. My parents split up 3 years ago now, and so you have a couple of years of just having a deaf parent, before I came to uni, which is where I am now. But there are several issues with that, which I did highlight in my previous video, which is half an hour, so I don't expect anyone anyone to watch that. Um, and that's the misplacement of relationships in within the family. I found that I had to care for my mother as well as my brother and my father to some extent because the communication between them was, that there wasn't one really. There wasn't any communication, which is for a different video. Unless I can fit it on the end of here without it being too long. Um, yeah, you know, when you grow up from a young age, literally from when you can talk and converse, answering the phone and you know doing all that stuff, doing all the salespeople kind of kind of thing. It gets it gets tiring, I suppose, but it develops you. And people who have deaf parents, they mature much faster than most children because of the position that they're put in. I found that I matured very quickly, and I was extremely mature for my age. But then, as my basic capabilities improved, and I didn't have to excel as such to meet the standards that they needed, I I started to regress a bit, and I became more childlike, which is also a form of coping mechanism. Um, and but at the same time, I was able to maintain the level needed, as you need to. Um, I don't think it helped much for the on the maturity level that my brother was born when I was 10, which means that you know I was having to be some sort of role model to him. I was having to you know tell him to do his teeth when he was old enough and get his work done and all that kind of business. Um, but yeah, it does mean that you can slip into a more childish role. You get to play with Play-Doh and Lego again and all that baloney. And I was able to be a child through my brother, which is fab. Everyone wants an excuse. That's why most people have children. um, and but at the same time, it then brings more stress. Um, when you see your mother who's meant to be a mother not being a mother to your brother, who you're being a mother to. Um, and it's a bit irritating after a while because when you realise, you you just think you know this is what you should be doing for him, not me. And you're watching me do it and not trying to do it to yourself. Uh, but it's the it's easier for a hearing person to just step in and do it. I mean, she would be more than capable And now that I'm at uni, she's having to do it herself, and my brother's absolutely fine. But when I'm there, it's just easier, so I do. Um, but yeah, uh, 5 minutes. it's yeah, I, in the series, I hope to build upon um and make a nice little picture, or a window into the life of a coder. And episode 1, uh, relationship misplacement, or relationship misplacing, as I've put there. And you can see the next sessions, deaf hearing marriages in there as well. Um, yeah. And then after that, you get the lovely topic of depression, which is brilliant. Uh, there will be a episode specifically for emotional misplacement, uh, in the developmental stages, where as I did highlight upon, the the fact that you're a mother before you're a child, whilst you're a child before you're an adult, and then, or a father, if you're male, and then having to reverse, and then sometime in the future become a mother again, hopefully. um, but yeah, so yeah, there will be a episode as such on that when it comes. And I don't want this to be too long. I just hope that there's help for someone, like, to understand that they're not alone. I mean, I was horribly depressed for years because of the responsibility that was put upon me that I shouldn't have had. But I wouldn't change the world. I wouldn't change the responsibility I had, because it means I had a wonderful sibling, and I was talking in past tense. He's still alive. He's absolutely amazing. Um, I had the opportunity to raise him, but not have the consequence of being blamed if it all went wrong. But yeah, he's good. Um, but yeah, so it's just, if you're in that position, um, you can email me at helpthecoders@gmail.com, and I will reply. I haven't checked it recently, but I don't think there's anything on there. But I will check it now. And very frequently, now that I've decided to get back into it. Um, sorry. Sorry about that. So yeah, email me, drop me a message, and we'll see if we can help. And if there are any questions that can't really be answered in an email, I will then make an episode. Yeah. Have a great night.